Hey everyone, hope all is well. Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about some myths that a lot of test takers and working professionals and college graduates have on the GMAT exam. Now, I'm not an expert on the GMAT. I've taken the exam twice to get my desired score back in 2017, but we keep mentoring a lot of working professionals who are applying for business schools. You know, the likes of ISB, HEC, INSEAD, Wharton, Stanford, Rotman, Bitsom, SPJN, which accept the GMAT exam. So a lot of times we have those conversations with our mentees on whether I should leave my job to prepare for the exam. I need six months to prepare for the GMAT. The GMAT is as difficult as CAT. I don't come from a mathematics background, so I'll have to give even more time to ace it. So I'll debunk all of those notions, basis those conversations and my experience and our mentees' experiences in this video. So let's get started. So I've made notes so that I don't lose track. The first myth that a lot of people have is GMAT is as difficult as the CAT. So I'll have to devote at least 6 months or 8 months to be ready for the exam. Trust me, I've given both exams before. Basis my experience, I believe the quantitative section and the data insights section of the CAT exam, which is data interpretation, logical reasoning, and quantitative aptitude, that's a little on the difficult side as compared to the GMAT. So the GMAT quant section and the data insight section is something that you will be able to tackle easily if you are someone who has practiced CAT questions. That's what I'm trying to say. Right? The verbal ability section definitely in the GMAT deserves a little more attention if you're preparing for both exams. But what I'm trying to say net is that I believe GMAT is not as difficult as the CAT, and GMAT is a different exam altogether. CAT is a function of picking the right set of questions which you will be able to solve with as much accuracy as possible in those 3 hours. So it's a game of question selection. But GMAT, in that exam, you can't leave any question. If you leave a question, you will be heavily penalized. GMAT is a function of endurance, right? So I believe GMAT is an exam which, if you are consistent in your preparation, you will be able to wrap up its preparation and curriculum in 2.5 months, and you will not require, let's say, 6 months or 8 months to prepare for it, despite your background, right? That's one. So I believe the right time frame is 2.5 months and 2 hours of preparation every day. And the second thing is, a lot of candidates feel that they have to leave their job to or take a sabbatical from work to prepare for the GMAT. While I totally respect your decision, but hear me out. Like I was saying, GMAT is an exam which has limited number of topics. CAT has a very wide range of topics, be it in quant, be it in verbal, be it the kind of questions in logical reasoning. But GMAT has a limited curriculum. So if you are someone who alongside your job or your venture can spare 2.5 to 3 hours every day, 1.5 hours before office, 1.5 hours after office, you will not need to leave your job or take a sabbatical. Leaving your job or not being on the payroll of a firm will tarnish your chances when you talk about that reason of a gap in your essays and the application, right? So the trade-offs should be considered very, very carefully. I can assure you that if you spare 2.5 to 3 hours every day, split that time pre-office, post-office, and you do it consistently with quality preparation for 2.5 months, you will be able to wrap up the course. Then it's a function of improving your accuracy, documenting your errors, tackling your weak areas, giving mocks, and then taking the exam by the 90th day mark. That's it, right? Now I know that there are exceptions, people who are so overworked in their jobs. Let's say you're working in a startup which is scaling up. Let's say you're in investment banking for that matter. Then it might get difficult because you might have totally packed weekdays. you might have work on the weekends. In those scenarios, you can still take a sabbatical or think about, let's say, leaving your job. That's totally your call. I'm happy to help you in taking that call if you want to reach out to me. But in most cases, in 95% of the cases, you will not need to leave your job. Okay. That's second. That's, I think, a very crucial decision that a lot of us take. So I hope this helps. Third is a lot of people tell me that Sarthak, I come from a liberal arts background and I did not take maths after class 10th. तो मैं तो GMAT कर ही नहीं पाऊंगा या कर ही नहीं पाएंगे क्योंकि मैंने तो कभी quant अच्छे से पढ़ा नहीं है. Trust me, I come from a non-engineering background. I am not a maths whiz by any standard or measure. I was able to catch up on the quant part of the exam fairly easily by being consistent, by making notes of every property. In my time, we had the geometry section, which had a lot of properties and questions, but the GMAT Focus Edition does not have geometry, so it makes it a little easier. But trust me, irrespective of your educational or professional background, you being from fashion design or architecture or English honors will not put you at a disadvantage. So ये नोशन अपने दिमाग से निकाल दो कि हमने तो मैथ्स पढ़ी नहीं आज तक, तो हमारे तो वैसे भी कॉन्ट में मार्क्स नहीं आएंगे. नॉट ट्रू एट ऑल. यू गिव योर टाइम, यू गिव योर एफर्ट, you document your errors, you make detailed notes of all the number properties and problem solving questions and data sufficiency questions, you will improve over time and you will be able to ace it, right? अब आपको लग रहा होगा यार कि engineers will ace it because they have a quant bent of mind, but उनके लिए इंग्लिश उतना डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है, राइट? तो कुछ लोगों के लिए इंग्लिश ज़्यादा डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है, कुछ लोगों के लिए quant takes time to surmount, but nothing is insurmountable. Right? You take your time, you will be able to get better at it. That's my promise. Last is a lot of people say that I need to take coaching. Coaching to लेना ही पड़ेगा GMAT पे नंबर लाने के लिए. Not true. Even though I am someone who had to take coaching for my second attempt to improve my score, being very honest, and even though we have a GMAT coaching preparation offering, I'll still be very honest and tell you, don't delve into coaching from day one. ऐसा मत सोचो यार कि अब मेरे को GMAT पढ़ना है, मैंने सोच लिया इस साल मेरे को अप्लाई करना है सितंबर में, आई एम सिटिंग इन जून, आई हैव टू टेक कोचिंग. गिव योर सेल्फ 2 weeks, see if you are comfortable with the curriculum, which parts of the curriculum are you not the most comfortable with, whether it's verbal, whether it's quant, whether it's DI, and then take a call कि coaching लेना है नहीं लेना. 2 हफ्ते stay with the official guides, fiddle with the questions, scrabble around with the concepts, and then take a call कि कितना comfort level है. अगर comfort level fairly is there, continue preparing 1.5 months में आप एक mock तो दे ही दोगे, and then take a call. Day 1 पे मत सोचो कि मेरे को coaching लेना ही लेना है. तो we mentor a lot of people, 50% of them have taken some coaching, 50% have not taken any coaching. There is no statistical analysis to prove कि जो coaching ले रहा है उसके तो first time में marks आ ही जाएंगे. In most of the cases, it boils down to how focused and consistent you were in your efforts, be it with coaching or without coaching, right? So these 4 things I wanted to cover in this video. I hope this cleared some of your doubts that you had for the GMAT before the next admission cycle, and I'll see you very soon.